Does calories in, calories out actually work to lose weight in the long term? And is there something that would work better? Hello, everyone. I'm Tom Zanton, and today I'm going to talk about how to lose weight long term, keep it off, and make it easy. Most people today, or for it feels like forever, have used this strategy of calories in, calories out. Not too many calories in, burn more calories out, or also called eat less, move more. Basically the same thing. The whole point is to say that if you put out more calories than you take in, then you're going to lose weight, and that works in the short term every single time. There are probably tens of thousands of studies that show that for a few weeks or months, if you focus on calories in, calories out, you lose weight. But almost all of those studies show that the study participants regain the weight eventually. Um, so we have clear scientific evidence that calories in, calories out doesn't work in the long term. People don't keep this up. Almost no one is able to keep this up. It's very clear cut and obvious. Calories in, calories out, eat less, move more. Both of these strategies are failed long term strategies. We have so much scientific data to show that these work in the short term and then they fail in the long term. So, what would be better? There has to be something that would work better in the long term, right? So, how I see this is that there's a misunderstanding. People assume that when you put calories into your body, most people seem to assume that you absorb all of those calories, which is absolutely not the case. You do not absorb all of the calories that enter into your mouth. And some foods you'll absorb more of them, and some foods you'll absorb less of them, and some foods you'll absorb way less of the calories that you take in. So, foods that you absorb less of are intact foods like whole beans, raw nuts, whole grains that are in their original form. Anytime you blend something, anytime you cook something, you absorb more of the calories. Okay, so that's important to know. And there are some foods that are really filling. It feels like you eat a lot of calories. It feels like you eat a lot of food, and there are some foods that are not really filling at all. And it's kind of the same thing. The foods that are the most filling are things like beans and nuts and grains in their original form, and like large chunks of like potatoes in large chunks rather than like mashed or like in French fry form or something. Those foods are really filling, and foods that aren't very filling are like oil and butter, and like these things, they like you could eat a few thousand calories of these and you wouldn't even fill your stomach. So it's important to know these two things at the same time. One, you don't absorb all of the calories you eat, and two, some foods are more filling than other foods. They feel like you've eaten more. So to me, the way to make this work long term, and hopefully you'll agree, is you focus on foods that are very filling. It feels like you've eaten a lot of calories, and you don't absorb all of those calories. But this is the exact opposite of what people do when they focus on calories in, calories out. What do they eat? They eat salads, which don't have a lot of calories, and they say, okay, well, any way to get the lettuce down, right? So they have lettuce, and then what do they put on it? They put oil on it, which is highly absorbable and doesn't feel like you're eating anything. So in order to try to lose weight, people say, okay, well, I need to lower my calories, so they'll eat a salad. It feels like you're eating nothing. You're actually absorbing more calories than it feels like you're eating. And this is the exact opposite of the strategy you would want if you want to lose weight and keep it off. If you want to lose weight and keep it off, you want it to feel like you're eating a lot of calories, but you want to not absorb all of those calories. So I used to, in order to do this, I used to eat a lot of grain bowls. I would have intact grains like brown rice and oats in their original form and things like that. And then I would put fruits or veggies on them or beans or things like that. They would all be very filling. It would feel like I ate a lot, and I wouldn't absorb all of the calories from it, and I lost a lot of weight doing this. And what I found is even more effective is to, instead of focusing on the grains with beans and other vegetables and fruits, to focus on eating root vegetables, particularly starchy root vegetables, plus beans is a really strong combination because the beans actually block a lot of the calories a lot of starch calories from absorption. So the beans and root vegetables together, it will feel like you're eating just a ton of food. The most satiating food, the food that makes you feel the fullest, is boiled potatoes. And if you combine that with beans, then you're not going to absorb all of those calories. You're going to absorb even fewer of those calories. So it will feel like a really filling meal. You'll feel full and you won't absorb all of the calories. So in the long term, it will be easy to maintain a diet. It would be easy to maintain a diet like that because you would feel like you're eating all the time, or feel like you're eating enough all the time, but you wouldn't be absorbing too many calories. And also, by the way, not absorbing too many calories happens to be beneficial for your gut bacteria. Your gut bacteria in your gut can only feed on things that you eat but don't absorb. That includes fiber, but that also includes starch, actually. So if you block starch from absorption, you take the beans, you block the starch in the root vegetables from absorption, then you don't get too many calories, you feel really full, and that starch and the fiber makes it down to your gut bacteria, feeds your gut bacteria. They produce awesome chemicals for you, some of which help you improve your heart health, lower your blood sugar, all these great things. So if you try this strategy, it will be so much easier for you to lose weight and keep it off. And I know that because I'm at my lowest weight ever and my thinnest waist ever by focusing on root vegetables and beans and berries and other vegetables rather than focusing on salads with oil and cheese and bacon bits, which, this is not a good long-term strategy for losing weight. If you want to lose weight long-term, you need to feel full all the time without absorbing too many calories. That's the way to lose weight long-term. That's what we're made to do. And if you do that, I think you'll have a much easier time of it, not only losing weight, but keeping it off for basically forever, the rest of your life. I hope you found that helpful. If so, please leave if you like the video, please like and subscribe. If you have any comments, any questions about how to make this work, please leave a comment. I love responding to comments. I really hope that this clears things up for people because a lot of people are struggling with this. We have a lot of people who are trying to lose weight and they keep trying this failed strategy over and over and over. It's scientifically proven to fail. We know it works in the short term, fails in the long term. So don't try calories in, calories out. It's terrible. Try this instead. If you do, I think you'll be happy with the results. And I gotta cut it off there. I'm just rambling at this point. I thank you for watching, and always remember to eat your root vegetables. Thank you.